When you cut from to here, kasi ito nakakat na dito. Para it will dry, it will dry longer. It can last up to 3 weeks.
Pag may mahabang
Yeah.
Okay. Sige.
Ikaw na, sir. Si sir na.
Okay.
Para masama, sir. Yan.
Ayun. Tapos, yun na.
Yes.
So, ito tatanggalin.
Yeah, the leaves. Yan.
Ayan. Importante yung letter na to. Letter Y na to. Alright. So, nai-enjoy mo ito?
Opo. Nakakatuwa. Noong una, na-stress ako nung hindi pa success. Kasi ano siya, Malaysian Chinese siya.
Okay.
Tapos syempre tayo yung typical na Pilipino na, bibili na naman tayo ng buto, ang mahal-mahal ng buto. Siya talaga yung ambitious. Yung sabi nga ni Tark, siya talaga yung ambitious.
Wow.
Talagang gusto niya. Kaya akala na iba, Japanese siya kasi Japanese melon. Chinese siya. Pero he's here na po for 10 years. Before it's all palay. Then, inaisipan lang to.
Oo nga eh. Nasa gitna kayo ng buki rin eh.
Ano siya, sa lolo ko, na mga lupa. Tapos binili namin, magkakapatid. Kaya dikit-dikit, maganda yung lugar po natin.
So ito na po yung antitikman natin ay
Fuji.
harvest sa isang farm na commercial farm. Hindi na siya demo farm. What's the name of the variety?
Fujisawa.
Fujisawa.
Yan, orange po siya. Manipis yung gilid.
Manipis.
Compare dun sa common melon. And then, maliit lang tong sa buto niya.
Yung buto.
Ay. You want to, let's test first?
Gusto mo bang matuto ng agribusiness, crops, livestock and poultry, aquaculture, at ma-inspire sa mga success stories? Agribusiness, how it works! As a YouTube channel, Agribusiness features entrepreneurs, farmers, organizations, OFWs, investors. However, beyond our usual content and official endorsements, Agribusiness does not engage in other business dealings with them. While our viewers and featured individuals and entities may choose to pursue business deals with each other on their own, we encourage them to be cautious in doing so.
The supermarkets, they accept 13%. They only accept 13%.
Lower than that, ayaw
Yeah.
na nila.
Yeah, lower than. This is 16.3.
Taas.
Yeah, let's try.
Butit hindi kayo binabarat ni buyer.
Medyo. Pero dahil kami lang yung kaya pang mag-supply sa kanila, kaya pa po. Depends sa buyer. May buyer na. Okay, let's try. Tark. 16%, Tark.
50.
16.3.
Yun ang question kasi ng viewers. Kikita ba talaga?
Yeah. It's a big investment actually. Even the people coming, they will ask for how much?
What did you measure for
16.3.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
This is due by January 9. It's
January
already
9.
sweet. Yeah. You don't need milk anymore.
No need. But can you imagine this? In Philippine airline lounge and and for your in-flight.
Yeah. Actually, they're serving watermelon. They're serving melon.
I know. It can be better, Melon.
Yeah.
You were asking about the investment, no? On a per square meter basis, think about 5,000 peso per square meter investment.
5,000.
It depends.
Depends, no?
It depends on the
How much you do
material.
yourself, how much you buy, contractor, availability of materials, what bells and whistles, how fancy you want to make it.
Because this is not so fancy yet. This is the basic. I think so, Tark, right?
Yeah, this is
This
more
is not
basic,
the basic, yeah.
but it's good enough.
Oh.
It's. I mean, it's working.
It's working.
It's working.
You can
That's
do
more
it.
important.
Yeah.
It must be working.
It works. You can add dosing system, more data analytics, more sensors. There's all kinds of things you can start adding as you go along. But that's for basic to start anywhere between 4 to 5,000 peso per square meter.
All right.
For an investor, yeah, you would have your cash back probably
5 years.
4, 5,
Five
yeah,
years.
4 or 5
years.
years.
Depends.
It's better to be a bit conservative, and that's why I rather give a more careful number,
Yeah.
so that
In
there's
here-
no disappointment. It's like a disclaimer, you know.
Here we
You
seem
also
to
have a
be.
disclaimer in your program. I also put disclaimer here. No, but let's say 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we a bit save because my father is the contractor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's around 3,000 only.
Oh.
And you're also this is your land, no? Because if you have to lease land, that comes
It's
on top of
more.
it, no? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Good, no?
How many you want to take home?
You have to pick them.
4 to 5 years ROI. But it could be less.
Can be faster.
Yeah.
If you get good premium, if you have good harvest,
Yeah.
if you don't have if everything goes well, it could be better. I just want to give a relatively
If
careful.
it's fast moving, because after 75 days, you can replant another one,
Yeah.
and it's a whole year.
It's the whole year.
Yeah, it's year-round income.
Yeah.
That's a good, and that's also one of the advantages.
And you can program it that you're harvesting on a weekly basis.
It depends how many greenhouse you have.
Yeah.
So how many
That's
yeah.
possible.
Because that's the supermarkets want.
Yeah.
It has to be a fixed supply.
Yes.
Because once the people taste already, and then the next week they want again, there's none. They don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
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 It's good that
But
you're visiting.
the demand to the supermarket, they have to pay it shorter.
Yeah, that's why we like the pick and pay. We like the pick and pay more. Even you have to talk the whole day. We like the pick and pay, and then we help the people like the tour guides. It's all just the
Yeah.
part timers here. We can help. I mean, there's really a lot of job here.
Yeah.
It's
But
nice.
if you're just the one supplying them, you can demand maybe 3 days.
3 days,
On the
pay-
payment term.
oh, it's longer.
Yeah. I don't know if
No.
the book is just is telling the truth, but according to him, the same buyer, he demands for payment in every 3 days.
You can demand, but it's up to them when to pay.
Yeah.
The longer,
Yeah.
I think the longest is
15
2
days.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
15 days
That's the longest.
before they're gonna process.
Yeah,
The
before
paper.
they're gonna process, exactly.
And then they will take another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's
you didn't meet the cutoff time. And we're missing one signature.
My
You have to come
signature,
back.
yeah. The bank is closed, all
But
those things.
it can be a challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's something that is a bit of a challenge for growers. Yeah, the payment term.
Growers. Because
Yeah.
the salary they cannot wait.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You need to make payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salaries cannot wait.
And you need to buy inputs for your next planting cycle. You need
Fertilizers, all
Yeah.
these things.
it's
So the pick and pay is working.
It's the one paying
Yeah.
yeah, outright cash.
so that's a good. I think the combination.
How about farmers market?
Farmers market.
Yeah,
haven't
you're not
tried.
trying that
Haven't
yet.
tried farmers market because that one you need to deliver. But the buyers here from Manila, they pick up.
They pick up.
That's
Yeah.
a nice thing naman.
I featured a grapes farmer in California.
Okay.
That's equivalent to 50 hectares.
Wow. Yeah.
They just sell it in a farmer's market.
Really?
I'm wondering how disposing the 50 hectares grapes.
That's a lot of grapes, man.
A lot.
But how many farmers market? Yeah. I mean,
Pure grapes, not wines. Just grapes.
Grapes and raisin.
Yeah.
A
only.
raisin.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
If they get.
But
yeah.
they don't have problems with the market. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if
Premium.
that's-
Yeah.
Hmm.
We're trying to exactly go there for these melons.
Yeah.
That the market will not be a problem.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
also
we're-
featured another guy who's into apple. There, he has a problem with market because supermarket is buying from him, so the margins too small,
Small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
too small,
Yeah.
not even enough to sustain the farm.
Actually, you know,
So
when
he's
the
now converting into pick and pay,
and pay.
as well.
You know, when we start the pick and pay, it's not really the goal. Because the first harvest we had, all the melons is inside our house. Literally inside our house because we don't have the sure buyer yet. Like, we're all waiting for the replies. So, there's someone who wants to buy just nearby. He like, is it really from your farm? He's thinking it's imported plant that we just buy and then we resell. So he come here. Well, that time all the leaves is already brown because we don't stay the water, all this already stuff. Then he likes it. Then he asks us, maybe you can open it to public, like the grapes, picking,
Yeah.
strawberry. Then when we open, pretty
Doon yun
people
nakuha
is
yung
coming.
idea.
Yeah, that's where we get the idea.
And it's sweeter because it's already cured, right?
Yeah.
So nice. Then we do, before they cut, we do free taste. They can free taste. So it's really what they get. It's
Yeah.
from the same batch, everything.
Yeah.
It's a nice.
Yeah. But it's.
You really know where we'll get the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people nowadays, this is also one of the outcomes from pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
People want to know where the
Where the food is
is
going.
coming
Yeah.
from,
Then where they can bring their kids, which is more
Yeah.
open,
Yeah.
less people,
and
all
they
these
like
things.
to buy direct. They like to know the grower.
They like it's actually more of the experience they
Also?
want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even it's hot. It's hot. It's because it's 2 times hotter here than the outside, right?
But yeah, so there's definitely. So I think in the end you'll have a combination. You'll still do your pick and pay.
Yeah. And the
you'll go
corporate
for some more
institutional buyers.
Some
Yeah.
through consolidator, some
Yeah.
to a caterer. These are the things that we're working on.
You still need them because if you're the one delivering it from one establishment to another, that will be too costly also in your end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to optimize your
Yeah.
delivery route,
Yeah.
and you need to have a bit of volume. Otherwise, the
Yeah.
per unit cost is too high. So yeah. But again, more people need to taste this,
Yeah.
and then they know what is
Kung,
available.
They
kung,
know.
kung
Like
sana
once
lang
they
the
know.
viewers can taste it, no?
Yeah. I hope so. That's like
That
when
will
they
be the
come
next
in.
technology that you can taste, and it's all these coming through your cell phone. How would that be, man?
Once they come
I'm
into
waiting
the
for Apple to come up with the device that will
Yeah.
give us the straight through your.
by a drone at least.
But
So once they come in the farm, I really want more of them to come because once they come, they
Yeah.
appreciate. Oh, it's how tedious it was. It's only
Yeah.
one plant per fruit. It's like how many people is doing this every day. That's why it's
Oo.
expensive. They know the reason, and then once they test,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
They will really know it's worth it.
It's justified. Why it's
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
justified.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the word.
But still, and I keep on pushing that a little bit. I think that as we get to more scale, that the potential sales price
Yeah,
at some
totally.
stage can also be a little bit to make it more accessible.
Uh-huh.
it will never be as cheap as open field.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
It will
thing.
never be as it will never get to that price point that you see on the
The
side
road.
of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit lower than where we are today, and then hopefully then more people can afford it. I think one of the good things, before I forget, we're targeting now a fruit size of, let's say, 1 to 1.5 kilo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And then if your kilo price is, let's say, 500 pesos per kilo,
Mm-hmm.
then one fruit will be 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have 2 kilo fruit, which is big, it's nice, but then it's already 1,000.
It's
Yeah,
quite
that's
expensive.
expensive.
So then it
expensive.
becomes, and I've been watching. I like to spend some time in supermarkets and see how people look at,
Uh-huh.
and then I see them looking.
They'll still
then
see
pri-
they're looking
and then
for
they
the
put it back.
price.
Yeah. It's the per piece price.
It's I think Philippines. I mean, it's all. Yeah, look at all the it's a sachet market.
Yeah.
Yes. The
So,
thingy market.
The big shampoo and the small
even
shampoo.
though it can be more cost effective to buy the 2 kilo bag of something, or people tend to go for sometimes sachet.
Yeah.
I think also for the melon, it's
the same.
better to target this 1 to 1.5 kilo,
1.5.
because then it doesn't go beyond.
The
I don't know. I believe that
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some
Yeah,
kind
because-
of
Even when
size-
they do pick and pay, they will choose the smaller.
yeah,
For
One
those
fruit-
You
people,
see that, no?
They
Yeah,
choose the
because
smaller.
1,000 per fruit is quite expensive.
For 1,000 peso, you can buy a basket with some grapes, this, that. So
Yeah.
people compare it with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They compare
We
it
spoke
with
about it a lot last night. That
So that's also the concern of other Asian
I was
countries.
about to ask Novi. Novi,
Yes.
is it also in Indonesia that when the moment the fruit is 2 kilos, then it becomes price prohibitive? That it's too expensive for one fruit only?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. I think it's not only Philippines or
Philippines.
Indonesia, also everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's
Oh.
also, what is that, a psychological price.
Oh.
Then the price, wow, getting too expensive, and then people start to compete with other fruits.
Even though it's the buyer is already considered the high-end buyers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's still the same psychology.
I think so.
And the supermarket also doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Too big.
But when it's big, that's
Oh.
there's one time that he buy big one, I think 2 kilos. He tell to me when he go home and cut it, he asked 20 people to come and eat.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like everyone
you
will
can.
experience
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
We have like for example, I think you tried it also in Turbulent, the Intanon, which is the yellow
The yellow.
Yes.
netting with the
Greenish.
green flesh. Now we have another one of that Intanon, a
Sagam.
different name, but it goes big. But I'm not selling to anyone because for the grower then to market it, it's too big a fruit. And the retailers, like Novi is mentioning, they like to have revenue on a per square centimeter or per SKU. So they like to get, if they sell 1 big fruit a day, they're not happy. If they sell 4 or 5 smaller fruits a day, it makes more
Per
sense,
kilo.
right?
Yeah.
So I think-
Probably the big one is just for the one that grows, that they're the one who's going to eat it for their friends.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
the big fruits for melons are mainly used for food processing.
Good point.
Ah,
Hotels.
food
That's
processing.
right.
We have
Oh.
customers in Vietnam. They're asking for big fruit, 2 kg up to until 3 kg.
Uh-huh.
But then they cut, slice, frozen, sent to Japan.
Or the hotels.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
see.
it's
Breakfast
more,
buffet.
more for a processing market.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, this could be, for example, it's a different option, right? But it's one of the things. But you could grow a 3 kilo sweet melon, which you then process and put in a fruit salad in Starbucks
All right.
or the fruit salad in Philippine Airlines.
Uh-huh.
So the moment you supply a
Why not Air
Why not
Asia?
Asia?
Why not Air Asia?
and all the other airlines. Full on. But the thing there is because then it's about the way, and then for processing. That could make sense. But I think for retail, this is the way.
Yeah.
So
I
even
agree with
probably hotels, they prefer the big one.
Potentially depends. Eh?
Hotels like big ones, and they don't
Yeah.
want like all this beautiful outside. As long as it's sweet inside,
That's
they don't
okay.
care. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Because
the
they already
customer
cut it.
doesn't see the
Yeah,
the outside.
Correct. But
They want the big ones.
in a good restaurant,
Ah, yeah, the
with
most
like the
most high-end.
Internom, yeah, you do, for example, an Italian restaurant,
Uh-huh.
you do melon with prosciutto, like Parma ham, right?
Uh-huh.
Ah, yeah.
Then you still get it like that, no?
We have one. We have few buyers like that. They
Yeah.
mix with the
Mm.
what do you call that? The plate with the cheese.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the cheese platter.
The cheese platter with all
Yeah.
this. They put that. The slice is beautiful. The color that will mix up.
Yeah.
Before they put grapes, strawberry, and then this one. They
Tapos
put-
kasama yung
yeah,
skin.
with the skin.
Ah,
Here it's in Cabanatuan,
yeah.
a local only.
So, i-recap lang po natin yung sinasabi ng Indonesian na kasama natin kanina. It's the same problem, right?
Yeah.
Philippines, Indonesia, and
Yeah.
other Southeast Asia,
Vietnam, Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah.
So, it's the same psychology for the market.
Yeah.
They prefer a smaller
Yeah.
because it appears like cheaper,
Cheaper.
Yeah, more affordable.
more
Affordable.
affordable. Yeah, because it's not
I-
cheap.
Yeah,
not cheap.
yeah, I agree
Per
with you.
kg, it's
I
not
would
cheap.
say that the big ones become it's like a hurdle.
Yeah,
It's like it becomes unattractive
yeah.
price-wise. Even though it's looking good, it will be sweet, it will be an amazing melon,
Mm.
but it's just it becomes too expensive, especially when you compare it to you can have a collection of other fruits
Mm-mm.
instead of only one big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think with this one, where this we see a good market for these
Yeah.
ones, definitely.
But if the buyer is using it without the skin, then they prefer a bigger one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's similar to, for example, lettuce.
Yeah.
We have a lot of lettuce, a lot of
Varieties.
romaine varieties.
Uh-huh.
Now you have, for example, a variety of romaine. Some give more very nice, good-looking compact head, which you can put in the packaging and in the supermarket.
Mm.
But then we also have one that goes more like wombok,
Uh-huh.
but it gives much more weight,
Uh-huh.
and that goes to the processor.
Mm.
And that ends up in your
Salads.
in mixes,
Mixes.
in or for example for iceberg. It's about that comes in into the fast food restaurants.
Mm.
Then it's not about how it looks; it's about the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We're learning a lot.
and that's how we work. So we also work with processors.
Uh-huh.
And then connect the processor to the grower, and so okay, what does the processor want, what can the grower do, and make sure that these guys are on the same wavelength, right?
Yeah.
These are the connections.
Mhm.
I go back.
Processors are buying to whom?
Processors are buying from the grower.
Grower.
Directly from the growers
Yeah,
or the consolidators
Can be.
can be both, but mostly from grower.
from growers.
Or they even have their own farm.
Yeah.
And then they, like for example, the iceberg is already processed when it's
Yeah.
being delivered to fast food restaurants.
Yes.
Can I
yes.
give a name or?
I know
We all
some.
know them,
I know
right?
someone.
Yeah, no.
Cisco Foods. They're doing that.
Yeah, they're a supplier of McDonald's or of
Yeah,
these,
McDonald's,
yeah.
Jollibee.
Yeah, McDonald's, Jollibee, KFC. Let's
KFC.
put all of them there. So but yeah, those guys are buying the processed lettuce. They don't buy the head
Yeah.
because
yeah.
they don't want in every store. The guys would no, they want to
Yeah.
buy it packed. So it's all ready.
When you go to the commissary, there are a lot of trash. The peeling and all.
It's funny that you mention it because what we are now doing is presenting varieties to the growers and to the processors that will minimize waste. So you create a lettuce, be it iceberg or romaine,
Uh-huh.
that comes up in
Consistent.
it's better structured, so that the processing is better. So you have less of these trimmings.
Less trimmings.
Wow.
Plus, we breeding in
Uh-huh.
a characteristic, and this is all non-GMO. This is through traditional breeding, but you put in a trait, a characteristic that delays the browning. You know when you have after processing lettuce or you
Yeah.
slice it, on the side it starts to get brown,
Yes.
Yeah, the side.
and then people don't like it anymore. They throw
Yes.
it away. So now we have a lettuce that doesn't have this, that has a slower browning process, which means you have less of this waste.
Good for the growers. Also.
Good for the grower, good for the processor.
For the processor.
Good for Mother Nature, because we need less resources to get to this.
Less wastage.
Less waste. So these are the things that how, if we collaborate, you can come up with these improvements. And that's what I also really like a lot about this industry.
Yeah.
And as an, okay, I'm a foreigner, but I'm quasi Pinoyaco. I'm a little bit, there's still a lot of improvement.
All right.
A lot of room for improvement, right? For example, in the cold chain, in cold storage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because wonderful melon, but you bring it somewhere in a non-refrigerated truck, it gets stressed a bit, then you put it, you cool it, it can have condensation, you take it out and that's when you start to see spots, for example.
Yeah.
So
And
it's-
if you don't have, I mean, if you don't have like the cold storage, we need to pay. Like if you don't have the public cold storage, you need to pay it to per space in Manila.
Yeah. So these are, I think, as we go
Additional.
along.
But most of the Filipinos doesn't know that it needs to be refrigerated during transport.
It should be.
It should be.
But not all.
Yeah. Look, if it's a short ride,
It's within the days, okay.
yeah, more or
I think
less.
so, yeah.
But I had, for example, the ones that we harvested together. I did not drive back home immediately. I had to visit a few other farms. So then I did not bring my cooler with me. So there was one in the car, a few melons in the car, and then it's aircon on, and then I stop the car, park, meeting. Then it gets hot inside. Then I drive again, aircon on. So it got
Changing
really
of,
stressed,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then I put it in I did not in the house. I did some in the refrigerator and some in aircon, like 20 degrees, with condensation. Yeah. So
Compare.
it was a bit more stress, and then you see a little bit faster some of the
Discoloration.
some
Discoloration.
spots. Yeah. So yeah, better keep it chilled. Let's say 8 degrees. What would you
Yeah, I think
at
so.
home, eh?
Wow.
If you have the space, no?
But that's for like buyers. But if you want to eat it, just put it in the ref. Just,
Yeah.
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 Or room temperature
Room
Yeah.
temperature
for
is
them
okay.
to cure.
Where's Novi? Novi. Here, let's before I've said anything, let's double check. What do we advise in terms of storage for melon? Maybe-
Storage for melon.
Yeah.
We have to introduce him first,
Yes.
so that our
I'm
audience
sorry.
will know him.
You know what? I let him introduce himself.
All right.
He knows so much more.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Novianto. For Zwaan, I'm in charge for two major roles. One is as a client manager chain. Means that I connect all stakeholders in the business. So from the grower, trader, supermarket, export market.
Wow.
And then the second role is I'm also in charge as a crop specialist melon for Southeast Asia. So I work very close together with our clients in Southeast Asia, including in Philippines here. And we
By the way, you're from Indonesia, right?
I'm from Indonesia.
But you're based in
I'm based in Indonesia, but travel within
Southeast Asia.
Southeast
You go
Asia.
around.
Sometimes also to China, Korea, Australia. Yeah. And melon in Rijk Zwaan compare with the other seed companies. We are quite young, but we are very focused for Asian native melon in Asia. So we focus only for melon with the nets. So we have typical like this with a green flesh. Sagami, for example, you will see next door. And then we also have a yellow skin with net, with green flesh and orange flesh. Coming soon, the Intanon with the orange flesh. I think some seeds already passed to Tark. And we are targeting for a premium segment.
All right.
So premium segment is not only about the price, but it's also about the quality. And the quality of melons can be many things. The quality on the point of view of the grower meaning the variety is easy to grow, less issue with pest and disease, and then also in the chain, in the trader and
Buyers.
the supermarket
Yeah.
and the buyers, is also about the taste, about the color, because melon in Asia
Excuse me.
is quite different.
Okay, sir, continue.
Yes. So the quality can be defined from the perspective of the consumer. For example, it's about the taste, about the color, about the fruit size, shelf life. Yeah, shelf life, and then it's quite different perception. Melon in Asia, melon in Europe. In Europe, melon is only for eating, so to feed your body. And in Asia, melon is for your soul and body. So we are in the higher level.
Oh, I see. So it's a better market. Is it a better market in Asia?
Yeah. Meaning it's not easy to sell melon in Asia if you only have the fruit.
Oh.
So you need combination of all qualities.
Oh, I see.
So the fruit size, the net, the colors, and in Europe, as long as high yield, that's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, the bricks level 10, 12, that's already enough.
Oh.
You will not able to sell our melons in a supermarket if the bricks level below 14. I don't know what is the case in Philippines, but in Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, at least the bricks level of 14 then can be included or segmented as a premium melon.
Oh, I see.
And then it's also because now is also cross-border trading. We also consider to make a melon with a good shelf life for export market.
For export.
For
Going
export
to
market. Yeah,
where?
for example, we have one customer, one grower in Indonesia growing melon for Middle East market. Also one big one in Vietnam for Singapore market.
Oh.
So basically, a melon should be able to be transported for export. And for export, we need also attention on the genetic. It's not all melon can be exported.
Yeah.
It should be good shelf life. What about the thickness of the skin?
The skin.
Yeah, should be thin because if too thick, shelf life is good, but the consumer will not
Doesn't
like it.
want it.
Yeah, what is it? Do I eat the skin as well? No. So we need to have the balance between skin thickness and also the shelf life for export market.
So it must be thin skin, but it will last.
Yeah, it will last.
Ideally, that's what you look for.
Yeah.
So thin skin, long shelf life.
And then it's also with the cavity. What we call as a cavity is the hole. So if we cut this melon horizontally, this is what we call as a cavity.
Oh.
So smaller is better.
Yes,
when you
yes,
have
yes.
this big, like this size, then you will have soggy cavity. Soggy cavity will influence also in the shelf life. Because the seed will lose easily.
Yes.
And then it will watery inside
And mushy.
Oh.
Makes it more mushy.
Yeah.
You lose the crunchiness.
And then about 7-8 years ago, when I introduced our melon in supermarket, they say, why you introduce me with this small melon? So because in the market that time
They want
only
big.
available big size.
All right.
Big size, but when you weigh it, it's only 1.5 2 kg. And then when I put on the weighing scale, they were surprised. Hey, this small one is 1.8 kg. How can be? So first, because of the small cavity, and then the second is the the density of the flesh.
Yeah.
So more dense in the flesh will give you more crunchy, and crunchy melon is required by Asian consumer.
No, I see.
What is the best post-harvest?
Post-harvest.
And for the audience at home, do you store your melon in the refrigerator at home or not?
Yeah, better if we talk about the cold chain. As soon as possible, when you harvest the melons, put on the shaded area.
Shaded.
Yeah, shaded area,
All right.
not exposed to the
Sunlight.
direct sunlight.
Yes.
And then keep in the room temperatures. That's fine. But if you want to do for a long
Longer.
long delivery, for example, for export or long distance shipment, then the recommended temperatures is about 5 to 6 Celsius degree. Yeah, that's normal for a export market, for example. But if for the consumer, as soon as you buy in the supermarket, the quality is still good, and then put on the fridge. If you don't finish one time, then you put on
just clean wrap.
No, put on the wrap and
wrap.
then put on the fridge.
You wrap it.
You wrap it. If you put it open like this, then it will. We call it a chili injury.
Oh, I see.
So like a soft and then what is it? Decolorization.
So you do put it in a wrapper.
Yeah. So melon basically is not only the fruit, but it's a story.
It's just
It's multi-dimensional.
so far of all the Southeast Asian countries, who's leading in melon?
In melon, Thailand, in Indonesia, more or less the same. And then if you look at the whole Asia, the biggest producer is China. Yeah, China. But in China, they also have a challenge because they have 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
Yes. 4 seasons. So during the winter season, the mainland China, they cannot produce any melon.
Right.
So the melon they need to import. So they only have one state, Hainan province, the province, produce melon during the winter season in the mainland, but the volume is not enough. So they source also from Myanmar, they source from Vietnam a lot
I see.
to supply the demand.
So it's a huge market.
Huge market.
Agribusiness merch is now available on Shopee and Lazada. Agribusiness, how it works. Instruct, inspire, succeed.